Hello everyone, now we will see the properties of a determinants. These properties are very important to solve the problems. There are total 6 properties are there. First we will see the first one. Property 1 says that the value of the determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. If it is A is a square matrix, if I interchange the rows and columns, you will get A transpose, right? So determinant of A is always equal to determinant of A transpose. Remember this one. Determinant of A is equal to determinant of A transpose. You can check with any example. Consider one square matrix. This is true for all the order, but here we will consider 2 by or 3 by 3 matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 5, 4, 5. This is the one matrix. Find the determinant of this matrix. You know this, right? How to find it. And if you interchange the rows and columns, that is 1, 2, 3 is there. Here I will write that one as column. This is now 4, 5, 6. And this is 1, 4, 5. Check the determinant of these two matrices. Both the determinant will be same. I mean determinant of A is equal to determinant of A transpose. Second property says that if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant is changes. Here we have considered one example. This is a 3 by 3 matrix. And I have expanded along the first row, that is 1 into delete first row and first column. You know that how to find the determinant of this matrix, right? Determinant of this one I got as -5. Next I interchange the row 1 and row 2. Here row 1 is 1, 2, 3, that I have written as second row 1, 2, 3, and here 2, 4, 5 is there. Here I have written as 2, 4, 5. Here also I expanded along the first row 2 into delete first row and first column. So I got the value this as 5. So determinant delta I got as -5 and delta 1, that is by exchanging the rows I got the determinant as 5. So just they will differ in the sign. So that says that the sign of the determinant is changes. You can interchange any two columns, then the determinant will be changed by its sign. Now we will see the property 3. This is the one of the important property. If any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, I mean if it is corresponding elements are same, then the value of the determinant is always equal to 0. Here you can see here I have taken one example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here last row and first row, row 1 and row 2 are equal, right? So then the determinant will be directly, we can say that it is equal to 0. Here I expanded this one. See, 1 into first and multiply this. You can check. You can take any example and you can check. So the determinant of this will be equal to 0. You can see this one. 1 is deleted. 5 into 3 is 15. Minus 6 into 2 is 12. Then minus 2. Then expand along the plus 3. So that is equal to 0. If it is a determinant of this is, if it is 1, 2, 4 and this is now I will take 3, 4, and if it is this is 1, 3, 4 and this is 5 and 6. Now here you can see this, the first column and the third column elements are same, right? So the determinant directly you can write this as 0. Important property. While solving the problems we will use this property. If it is any two rows or any two columns are equal, then directly we can say that determinant is equal to 0. Next property says that, property 4, if each element of a row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by some constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. Here I have taken one example. Here 2, 4, 8 I have taken. Here you can see this one. Here 2 is common, right? If I find that directly I can expand this one. If I expand this, the determinant value is equal to -6. But in this row 2 is common. If I take 2 common, here this is 2 1s are 2, right? 2 2s are 4 and 2 4s are 8, and I have taken the constant 2 out. This is as it is. Next you have to expand this determinant. I mean you have to find the determinant of this matrix, so that then finally you got this one as -3. -3 into this constant, that is 2 is multiplied, it is equal to -6. So this is -6 is equal to -6. If it is the determinant is there 4, 8 and 1, 2. Now what I can do, I can take 4 common here, then I can find the determinant of 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Now, can you say what is the determinant here? Here, see, I have taken the example 4, 8 and 1 and 2. And I have taken 4 common. This is 1, 2 and this is 1, 2. Here, property 3 says that if it is any two rows or columns are equal, then the determinant will be equal to 0. So, determinant of this matrix is 0, right? So, this is 0 into 4 will be equal to 0. I hope you understood this one. See, or else for this one only we will consider another example. See, if I consider this is 2, 4, 8 and this I will consider 1, 2, 4, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is the one determinant. Here I can take 2 common, right? In the first row I can take 2 common. If I take 2 common, what is remaining here? 1, this is 2 and this is 4, right? This is also 1, 2 and 4. So this is 4, 5 and 6. Here 2 rows are same. It is not compulsory that only the rows, it may be a column also. 1 to 4 and 1 to 4. 2 rows are same. So the determinant will be equal to 0. So 0 into 2 will be equal to 0. Is it clear? This is not same. Here I have also 1 to 3. Here it is 1 to 4. I hope you understood this one. Important property. So you can take constant values from the, you can take out constant values from any column or the any row. Property 5 says that if some or all elements of a row or a column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of two determinants. We'll see this one. See, let me consider this. If I consider a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, a3 plus lambda 3. Here these terms are expressed as sum of 2, right? a1 plus lambda 1, a2 plus lambda 2, and this let me consider as b1, b2 and b3, and this one I will consider as c1, c2 and c3. So the terms as expressed as sum of 2, then that can be expressed as the sum of the two determinants. I mean this one you can write as, first I can consider a1, a2, a3, then b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 plus, this is now lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 is there. So I can write this one as lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So this will be now, this is as it is, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c2. I hope you understood this one. See, if sum or all the elements of a row or column of a determinant as expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as a sum of the two determinants. Is it clear? So the determinant will be same. Actually proof is also given in your textbook. Those proofs are not important. If you want, I will explain once the college reopen. Just you have to take this one. See, if they ask prove this one, then you have to use the general example. I mean general terms you have to consider. You are not supposed to give the example. So for the proof is not asked. But if you want, I'll explain this one, okay? Just you have to expand this one first, okay? You have to expand this one. Then it will be one LHS. Then you have to expand this plus expand this one. Then sum of this should be equal to this one. If it is true, then the property 5 is true. Is it clear? See this last property of a determinant. To each of the element of any row or column of a determinant, the equimultiples elements of other row are added, then the value of a determinant is unchanged. I mean you can apply any row operation, then the determinant will be same. In the, while finding the inverse of a matrix you have studied, Ri changes to Ri plus K into Rj, right? If you do, if you give this operation, then the determinant of a matrix will be unchanged, it will be remain same. We'll consider one example. If you want to, we'll prove this one. I'll consider the determinant as a1, b1, c1, or we'll consider a1, a2, a3, anything, b1, b2, b3 and c1, c2, c3. Okay. Now this is a one determinant. Now what I do is, I'll change r1 changes to r1 plus something k into r2 or k into r3. Anything. R1 changes to R1 plus K into R3. You know the operation, right? Now only the first row changes. What I can write? First row changes means this will be now A1 plus K into C1. So this is now A1 plus K into C1. Second will be A2 plus K into C2, right? Third will be A3 plus K into C3. Row 1 is changed. Remaining is as it is, that is B1, B2, B3 and next C1, C2, C3. Right? Now, I don't have place here. I'll erase this one. So, now you can see this one. See, A1 plus KC1. By using the last property, fifth property, I can write this one as determinant of A1, right? A2, A3. This is B1 by using the property 5. B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus here the term is now K into C1 plus K into, sorry, not plus, K remaining K C1, K C2, K C3, right? So this is now B1, B2, B3 and this will be C1, C2, C3. By using the third property, I can take fourth property, right? By using the fourth property, I can take K constant here common, right? If I take K common, right? If I take K common, what is remaining? C1, C2, C3. Here also C1, C2, C3. Two rows are equal. So the determinant of this will be equal to 0. So this whole term is equal to 0, right? Now remaining with only A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. So these both are same. Is it clear? You can give any operations but the determinant will be unchanged. Remember this, all the 6 properties. These properties are very important to solve the problems. Okay. First one, you can interchange, I mean transpose. You can do this transpose. The determinant will be same. Second one says that if you interchange any 2 rows or columns, then the determinant will be changed by its sign. If it is any 2 rows or columns are identical, I mean if it is same, then the determinant will be equal to 0. Fourth one, you can take, if it is anything is common in the any row or column, you can take that out and remaining determinant you can find. And fifth property says that if it is in this form, if it is in the addition form, you can split into a 2 determinants. And last one says that you can give any operations, then the determinant will be unchanged. 6 properties are very important.